Free Grumpy Games.
Right, we're in. And today's podcast is a bit of a slapdash event, so we don't have an intro as such, but I do have a joke for you. What do you call two black men in a sleeping bag?
Twix.
Twix.
That's an excellent joke, that pal.
That's so funny.
That's
I'm really-
hilarious.
Alright then, we might as well stay offensive. What's black, has 8 legs and scares women?
What was it?
Gang rape.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
And we're in.
any of you play the Rainbow Six beta?
No, because it's been delayed.
Yeah, exactly. I saw people in the US were playing it on my friends list. And I thought, oh, that looks good. Let's have a go at that. And obviously, that was dashed.
It's interesting though because it's supposedly going to hit the shelves on the 1st of December, which is like a week away or something.
No, it's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
The
Alright.
1st of December is
Yeah,
tomorrow.
it's the 30th
Alright.
of November.
Well, when I was looking at it, it was like, oh, it's less than a week away. So yeah.
Well, there
Yeah.
you go.
So I guess we're not going to get to play the beta on that.
Oh well.
Oh, well.
Just play the game broken. That's fine. It's the
Usual
same thing.
Ubisoft
Same
way.
thing.
Because we fancy a change, don't we?
Well done, Ubisoft.
Oh, man.
Once again, shattering our expectations.
I was a friend of mine whose pal works for Ubisoft. He was one of the guys who, I'm not sure exactly what his job role is, but he's a middle-sized fish, and he worked on like Watch Dogs and stuff like that. And he really takes it personally when you slag off Ubisoft games. So this is for you. You're fucking shite.
Yeah.
You're shite. I actually went from a couple of years ago. I was saying to Michael, you know, after Black Flag, and like then they had like an independent dev who was a Ubisoft dev, did Trials Fusion and stuff like that. I thought,
A
fucking hell.
child of light.
Yeah, Child of Light. I thought, fucking hell, Ubisoft's heading in the right direction. Oh, why?
and then Watch Dogs happened.
Yeah.
Do you know, like,
Then Assassin's Creed Unity came after.
Yeah, it's like, oh, great, you're doing great. Let's see, finally a fucking platinum house that's like knocking out really good quality games and not robbing us. What have we got next? Never mind. Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean EA are the good guys now?
Exactly. Do you know what? That's the only fucking creds. That's the only rep I'm going to give to fucking Ubisoft. They made EA look
Yeah.
fucking great. I think EA paid them. And
EA, not as bad as Ubisoft.
I think EA have definitely had the heat took off them like the last few years, haven't they? Do you know what I mean? Even that EA game thing though, where the premium thing, what's it called again? You got it.
Or EA Access.
That's all right. Out of all of the premium access stuff, that one's all right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
It's already saved as 80 quid. So
I think
So do you know now that that's the thing? What's happened to Origin? Has that just disappeared?
I think Origin's still there for PC.
Oh,
I think
right.
this is Xbox only. They bought it out for the consoles and Sony
Yeah.
refused to let it on the
Because
PlayStation.
I know that Origin was like.
Wait,
they
is
were
Sony
like
obviously
that.
going to not let it on the PlayStation because it's going to compete directly with their own fucking rip-off thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Stupid rip-off thing.
$12.99 a month.
Wouldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Stupid.
Having said that, have you been on the PlayStation Store in the past couple of days?
Yes.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, Black Friday sales,
I saw it.
games cheap, very nice.
Right, they weren't that cheap. They were just cheap compared to normal store PlayStation Store prices.
They're still pretty cheap though.
Nah, they weren't.
What is it? Borderlands the pre-cycle, 12 quid. That's pretty cheap.
Probably get about £8 now, mate, and fucking
I don't know, like.
CXYI. Easy.
Not CEX.
It's 30 quid in CX.
Is it?
I was thinking about
Right,
buying it the
yeah.
other day.
Oh, why? It's
Yeah.
fair enough.
Also, 50% off Journey, so I finally bit the bullet, and
Oh,
I want to see
no.
what the fucking buzz is about.
I'm glad you did it because
Yeah.
I did commit to doing it, and then obviously I lied.
Because this is the thing.
Full of
You're the Ubisoft of our
Yeah, I am,
podcast.
like,
That's the thing we were talking about, and basically the consensus was, like,
It's a beautiful game.
yeah, it's like there must be something to it for everyone to rave about it, but I'm not paying 12 quid to find out what it might be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, well, 6 quid, fuck it. You know what I mean? What am I going to do with 6 quid? Fucking spend it on a burger or something. You know what I mean? That's fucking
I thought about buying Mortal Kombat because that was
Yeah.
18 quid.
yeah.
I'm still quite like the idea of playing Mortal Kombat. I used to love fighter games.
Yeah,
I
me
used to
too.
play all of them. and I just haven't bothered for fucking years. I am going to get Street Fighter though.
Yeah.
The last one I enjoyed was probably Tekken 2.
So,
And that was a long
Not
time
forward
ago.
to the new Street Fighter. That's
New
like
Street
Resident
Fighter,
or
I
something.
think it looks good.
well, Street Fighter's always been a good staple franchise. It's good. Good. Was it Street Fighter that isn't going to Xbox because Xbox
Yes.
Yeah.
cried about cross-platform?
Yeah.
I knew there was one of the fighter games. I couldn't remember which one it was because Xbox were like, no, I don't want to play cross-platform. So they went,
Yeah.
well, you can't have a game then. And everyone was up in arms about that. It's like, why should they humour them and do loads of fucking extra coding?
Yeah.
And do you know how much that would cost the company in terms of man hours just for overtime? Do you know what I mean? That decision costs the company a fortune.
It's not just this though. Like you've got to think about like what a fucking small fish like Microsoft is in Japan. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Capcom, as far as they're concerned, like the Xbox basically doesn't exist over there.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh well, blah 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 blah. Why won't you make it cross-platform? And it's like, well, why would we? No one cares about Xbox over here. Do you know what I mean?
Well, they did make it cross-platform though. That was the point. It's still going to be cross-platform for PC and
Yeah.
PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
But it's fucking Xbox have just bubbled. But this seems to be the thing. Like everyone on the surface, like all the CEOs and stuff, are all like belittling the console war and saying it's playground trivia, which it is. But behind the scenes, they're still going. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like fuck off. I mean, I quite like the idea of it because I've got mates on Xbox who I could have had a game with.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It would have been good fun.
And this is the thing. I mean,
And
You
that's
could
where-
have set up Xbox versus PlayStation battles for a
Of
laugh.
course you could.
and
It
stuff
would have
like
been
that.
fucking hilarious. And they think of the trash talking that would have been just like nice, steady, cool, calm voices. You fucking own them. And it's like, it's because the layout of your joypad's stupid. Do you know what I mean? Like all of that banter would fucking fly about, and it would be funny. It would be fun. Do you know what I mean?
but it wasn't meant to be.
No, it wasn't. But we,
Because Microsoft cried again.
yeah.
Boo-hoo.
Phil Spencer sorted out, the last hope of Microsoft. Don't let us down.
Good guy, Phil Spencer.
Whatever happened? Wasn't there about a year ago there was talk about Microsoft selling the Xbox side of the business?
Yeah.
Because I don't know whatever came of that, but there was, I don't know if it was just a rumour or if there was a genuine interest in parting ways.
I think Phil Spencer probably was like, are you for real? Have you seen how much money?
It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Microsoft, in terms of one company that doesn't need that money, it's them.
Yeah.
And where they'd have redeployed their staff and stuff and what they could have done with working on other bits of software and stuff, they'd have recouped the money with those people anyway. Even if they just stuck them straight into PC game development. You know what I mean? They wouldn't have really lost a massive
And this is the thing,
amount.
people like make out like the console was like a playground like scuffle. But this is the thing though, right? It's like, yeah, if you can afford it, a PC is always going to be more powerful than a console.
Definitely.
But in the past 2 years, like the PS4 shipped 30 million units. Do you know what I mean? Try to tell me that there's been 30 million PCs sold in the last 2 years.
That's right, you're right, it's the share of the market. It's the share
Do you know
of the
what I
market.
mean?
And, like, I want a PC, you know, I'm quite open about the fact that when I've got the
I
money,
used to
want
be a PC gamer.
Well,
so-
I did at one time back in about 2002, but my whole thing is basically, yeah, I would get a PC if I could afford it, and I understand now that once you invest 600-700 quid into a PC, it's not like it was 15 years ago where in 6 months that machine's out of date.
It's more like 5 years now.
Tech's kind of not peaked, it's still progressing, but in terms of actual power in your tower and actual processing and graphics, once you get something near and top end gaming wise stuff, you've got something for 3 to 5 years, you know, and it'll work well. It's not like it was. And here's the thing: after that 5-year period, you're not replacing your whole machine. You might need a better graphics card, and that's not going to be the price of a machine. You know what I mean? Especially if you can part X your old one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot to be said for PC gaming now. But with that in mind, I got a console first for a reason. 1, price. 2,
Ease.
The main reason,
Yeah,
yeah,
ease
was
of handling.
convenience.
Yeah.
And 3, it's the biggest selling market share. All of me fucking mates play on
Yeah.
consoles. I don't want to be that guy. Our friend Jason, who will eventually do a podcast with us, he sits on his PS4 headset talking to us online on PlayStation 4 while he sits and plays PC games,
Yeah.
which is like, that's my point. I don't want to have to do that. You know, it's like I'd rather just be even with Fallout. Fallout's not multiplayer, but what we've all taken to doing lately is we go into a group chat, and it's not the noisiest of chats. We sit quite quiet, but every now and then it'll be like, "Oh, have you done this mission?" And then someone will be like, "Yeah, have a look in the locker on your left," and you go, you know what I mean, that sort of thing. And it's like, it's quite good. It's pretty sociable. It's good fun. And I even find all of that. I know there's easy enough to use software for chat parties and stuff, but there doesn't seem to be that culture in PC gaming where you log on and immediately start chatting with your mates.
Let's say I disagree because like
MMOs that was a big part. That's what made
When-
us stick around longer.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking to people.
I mean fucking hell.
Maybe in the MMOs, but like that'd be it.
Yeah, I mean definitely in things like FPS and that there wasn't, but for like I mean fucking hell, I something like what 6 years into Warcraft or something, and like at least 3 or 4 of that I was probably on every day speaking to like probably like 5 or 6 of my mates.
You almost married that guy over Warcraft, didn't you? The fella you fell in love with.
Aye, that's right. Aye.
That's right. I remember you crying when he sold his account.
Yeah.
So I've used to seen a game called Helldivers.
It's got to do you.
Everything
It's got to do you.
from the law. I thought you might like it because it's very similar to XCOM.
I haven't seen it.
and
Now
whilst you-
I'm listening.
Whilst you're waiting for the new XCOM to come out, I thought you might like it. And it's on sale at the minute.
On PlayStation Network.
Yeah, I've been looking at it since it came out because I thought, oh, that looks quite interesting. And then I saw what kind of game it was, and I thought, I'm not spending 18 quid on that because I probably
In what
wouldn't like
ways
it.
is it similar? Is it turn-based strategy?
Yeah.
I'm in.
Actually, it does look quite good.
I'm in.
I'll have a look.
And as it's on sale, I think I might
I'm in.
have a go.
Hey Cooper, you never know. You might play a game outside your normal realm and actually enjoy it.
I'll
Holy
I'm not
shit.
sure if it's on PS4 yet, but I'll have a look. But there's a guy I watch on YouTube he's playing this game at the minute, and it's just I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it's essentially XCOM in the Wild West,
That sounds fucking awesome.
which for you is like
That
the dream
sounds
right there.
outstanding.
Yeah. So I'll try and find out what it's called. If it's on PS4, I'll have a look for it.
That's class. I like that already.
But because that's the thing, I remember
baby.
the only reason I know is because I haven't really watched much of it, but like his title for the first episode was like XCOM meets fucking
So,
like the I don't know, the Lone Ranger or something. Like
honeymoon period finished with Fallout 4.
has it?
Nothing. Well, it has in terms of the general, like, just enamoured at playing the game.
But excited about having it.
Yeah. But I'm going to say this at the top of all of this. I've got a lot of criticisms of it now, but I still stand by that it's probably one of the best games I've ever played.
I think for me, it's not. It's kind of like it's not like oh I can't wait to go and play Fallout 4 now, but it's like I'll put it on, and I fall into like a nice comfortable like immersion.
Yeah, me too.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm not like oh get in Fallout, but when I'm on it, I'm like I'll
With-
still
with that-
sit
with that
and
said-
be glued to it for like
With
4
that
hours.
said, I still have bits where I'm playing for 2 hours and I'm just potting around, crafting a bit, going
Yeah.
to do a daft mission, this, that, the other, and then suddenly something pops up or jumps out at me that is an absolute... Like the other day, yesterday in fact, I was doing just a normal fucking run for the railroad,
Yeah,
and this fucking behemoth popped up.
it's called Swan.
No, I've already killed
Alright.
one.
Yeah,
This fucking behemoth popped up. I'm like, what
yeah.
the fuck? And I like zoomed down my scope and I could see it had a fucking shopping cart on its back and stuff.
That's excellent.
And I was like, that's fucking awesome. It had made this armour out of like shopping carts and fucking all kinds of bits. And
I've seen this power armor from Fallout 4.
That's genius.
that's awesome. That's pretty good. Oh, I've got a full set of is it X-Zero one?
Yeah, that's the top one.
Yeah, I've got
I
a full
haven't
set.
like Matt posted a link on my wall when I put that video up for like the cryolator glitch, but I refused to watch it because I want to come across it naturally. Like in the meantime, like I've put a little bit of time into upgrading one of my weaker sets of power armor because I haven't found a stronger one yet. But I don't want to just completely like waste that.
Well, I'm spending loads of my levels now on blacksmithing and armouring.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I can actually crank it up. But my criticisms of this, the way I play it, it's hilarious. But I shouldn't, on any of the other Fallout games, I wouldn't be able to play this way because the consequences would be fucking dire. I'm an absolute fucking chem head,
Yeah.
right? And you can just smash the chems to bits. And with the crafting, once you get it cracked right, you can just go back and make fucking like beverages that heal you of all addictions.
Yeah.
So I just keep. Plus, as a perk, you can get stop you getting addicted anyway. And chems are like everywhere. And then you can go and craft your own chems from scratch. And then you can combine chems.
Yeah.
I'm a total fucking buff jet head.
Yeah, buff jet.
That's where it's at for me. But every now and then I'll get, you're addicted to chems. And it's like, I'll just whack one of my things down to cure my addiction. But I've already cleared a room of 20.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm like, bam, 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 bam. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'll have one of them. Refreshing beverage, that's what it's called.
I think it's because the abundance of chems is because they've made it such a big thing in terms of like it's not just like these things are nice. It's like everyone's addicted to it. Do you know what I mean?
And right, I talk to mates of mine. Have you done this mission? Have you stumbled across? Because there's a lot of missions to stumble across. Like just randomly, you walk into a building. Sometimes it's full of baddies. Sometimes it's just full of horde. But other times it's like full of fucking. It just there's a family there, or there's some NPCs there that you can interact with, and you come across some good missions. And spoiler alert, but I came across this family that hadn't really aged. Have you done that one yet?
No.
Right. Well, I'll not spoil it too much for you then. But you have a choice which way to go at the end, and you can go with the father or with the rest of the family. And I went with the father. Right. I just went that way with him. My mate Ashley went the other way, and we pretty much both got the same thing.
Yeah.
And it turns out that it doesn't matter which faction you choose either, the ending's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So the problem is,
That's a shame.
even though the story's pretty good, it's there's no consequence for decisions.
See, that's what I liked about New Vegas, because everything on that, like even when you did the DLC, all of your decisions that you made along the way were at least talked about in like the ending.
Can you remember as well, in the old Fallouts, if you murdered kids, you got like a child killer rep, and there was people who like wouldn't interact with you and things like that.
You can't even. It's the Skyrim thing. You can't even kill them now. I'm really disappointed.
Yeah,
Can't even kill kids. What's going on? Because Piper's little sister, I was just like, boom, a shotgun right in her face, and she ran away. She turned hostile, but I couldn't kill her. I was like, oh, well, this is fucking
pointless.
Have you been seeing anything of Just Cause 3?
No, not yet.
I would like to show you a gif of somebody hijacking a cow.
See what?
Just watch.
That's incredible.
Nice work.
This game looks like it's going to be fucking mental.
I like the look of that. Like,
obviously, all of our Zero listeners can't see that, but there's a guy hijacking a cow. He ties it to, the wind turbines.
Yeah.
He ties it to that at the end, and it just catapults off like a fucking trebuchet.
That's what I like about Just Cause those, that it's really irreverent.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be mental.
Like the second one was really good for it as well, just being like completely like balls to the wall stupid.
I like the look of that. Like, I never played the second one. I had it there on the Xbox before I sold my Xbox, and I thought about it. You know what I mean? I was like, I should play it. I plug it in, but it was that thing where why would I play that when I had?
I've got the PS4.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I never got around to playing it. I'm a little bit disappointed, but in another way, I'm kind of glad because I probably will play Just Cause 3, and it'll kind of like all be new.
Yeah, and you just be laughing your tits off at
it. Yeah.
So Sony have announced that they're going to try and provide remote play to PC and Mac for the PS4.
I saw that.
See how that pans out then. Their remote play is pretty shit actually.
Yeah, it's dodgy as fuck.
Because I'll test my internet connection and I'll have like 26 down. You know what I mean? And then you might test yours in your house and you'll have 35 down. And then me and you try to share and it comes up, you do not have enough bandwidth.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, we fucking do.
Yeah, no, mine says that. Mine
even
says
with
it's
a
too
Vita,
slow.
Yeah,
mine
mine's
awful.
Mine says it's too slow. Yet, like, I regularly fucking stream things for YouTube in fucking 720p, do you know what I mean?
I've got 80 meg broadband and it says it's too slow, it's ridiculous.
It's fucking stupid.
But there's a new update coming out, apparently it's a stealth update. You know how the PS4's got 8 cores in the processor?
It unlocks the seventh core.
Unlocking the 7th core for developers.
But like this is
Apparently.
it's good because
Explain that to me in layman's terms. Imagine I don't know what the fuck you just said to me.
8 cores, 6 are for gaming,
Yeah,
2
I
are for operating system.
Right.
Right, 2 why the 2 have been held in reserve. Now they've basically figured out a way where they can run the OS on 1 core, freeing up 1 core for gaming.
Do you know what my
Should make
is
it faster.
immediately here? I immediately hear that the OS system's going to just be fucked.
Well, apparently this is the thing. It's not as good as people make out because apparently this 7th core is going to have split duties, bit like for gaming and OS, depending on the needs of the system.
Right, I see.
So basically,
It could cause a shitload of lag, but then again, it could be.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
suppose it depends on how well it's used.
Well, this is the thing. Basically, they reckon it'll squeeze a bit more power out of the system, and
But you know they're going to roll it out without testing it first, don't
Yeah.
you?
Oh yeah,
It's
of
gonna be
course, yeah,
fucked.
yeah.
but the
And
way
they'll
you
have
do
that
it,
disclaimer in the download that they put where if you download this like mandatory download and
You're
it breaks
fucked.
your system, we are not responsible, even though we made you have it.
yeah.
They'll do that.
But you just make sure you're not doing anything else. Like you don't have fucking Netflix suspended in the background.
But
while you're playing the game.
why can't I have Netflix suspended in the background? Do you know what I mean? This is
Yeah.
where me and you always don't see eye to eye on certain things because
I'm with Andy on this. Sometimes I like to flick between a game and straight back into Netflix.
well, it's not
and
even
I've got, you know,
even if I didn't want to. Even if I wanted to just suspend Netflix in the background because I fancied it, right?
just because you can.
Because I can. Because when I bought the machine,
That's what you
said I
probably
could.
do. Yeah.
do you know what I mean? So
Well, I mean, it's all hypothetical at the moment anyway, because it hasn't happened. It might be fine, and it just gets more power out of the machine.
you're full of shit,
Tell that to Sony.
Sony. You're full of shit. You're full of shit.
So there's been some new details about Ubisoft's latest offering, which is the Far Cry Primal.
It looks pretty good from what I've seen of it.
What is it,
Apparently-
DLC? Is it?
No, apparently there's going to have lots of sex, nudity, and violence,
Great.
and
Oh, wow.
online interactions.
Is it going to have a good story?
It's Ubisoft.
Because I'm getting a little bit fucking sick of this with Far Cry now. Is it going to have a fucking story? Is it going to have 68 gazillion fucking chests that I have to find?
Probably.
In fact, those cunts at Ubisoft, are they going to actually make it so I have to pay for the content now as well?
Well, it says online
You,
interactions.
right? Well, this is the thing. When you got Far Cry 4 and you were like, oh, this is amazing.
I do
and
like
was
the game. I like the game.
And the 60 gazillion chests, I was like, I can't do it because I find it utterly tedious. And you're like, no, I don't mind. They're like the completionist in us wants to do it. Right now you're like, gazillion chests.
Right,
fuck you.
listen. You're right. And the completionist in me did want to do it, but that was like an OCD thing, like, oh God. And I couldn't let myself continue on with something else if I knew there was an area that I hadn't checked that was unlocked.
Did you open all the chests?
Yeah.
So you completed the game, opened all the chests?
No, I haven't. All the chests in my areas I did. I haven't finished the game.
Oh, right.
I'm going to go back to that game. I got sick of it. I got sick of opening chests. But what I expect them to do, right, because there's lots of chests in Far Cry. There's as much, if not more, as there is in Assassin's Creed, right? Guaranteed the cunts fucking squeeze microtransactions in.
Well, it says online interactions and transactions. So I'm guessing.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You could open all the chests in your area for the low price of $12.99. I'll do it, sign us up.
No, I
I've
wouldn't.
opened 100 chests already.
That would that I wouldn't be able to let myself do that. I wouldn't do that because I'd know it was a fucking con. And I think all microtransactions should be removed from anything that touts itself as a premium game.
Exactly, like this is the whole thing. It's like microtransactions are like originate from a freemium model, i.e. it's free to play, but they make the money on the game based on microtransactions.
Which is fine because if the game's free and you wish to give that developer some money because you enjoy the game, that's okay.
Precisely.
I don't have a problem with that at all.
Yeah, I don't either, but it's when I'll pay
50 fucking quid.
50
Aye.
quid, and then for us to have like the experience everyone else has, I have to sink another 20, 30 quid in.
Or another 50 quid if it's a Battlefield game.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you know what it is?
Well, that's not fair because they're not really microtransactions. They're like loads of map packs and stuff.
It's still more or less
It's still
mandatory
shit though.
Do you know what
It's
I mean?
shit, but it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing as 99 pence a chest.
Like this is the thing though. It's like look at Battlefield, right? Do you remember when like after a while DICE removed their servers and it was just all like hosted servers?
Yeah.
And Do you remember when like you wanted to play a game but you hadn't downloaded? This was it on Battlefield 3
This
maybe?
is 3, yeah.
Yeah, and like you hadn't downloaded the latest DLC, and literally like it took you fucking like 10 minutes to find a server that. Do you know what I mean? Because it was like, oh, you can't play these, you don't have the right DLC. So it's like, it's literally, if you don't buy premium or at least buy all the DLCs separately, you are shut out of Battlefield.
Yeah. And it's probably going to be the same for the Star Wars game.
Probably.
Yeah, of course it is. I was talking to Jason yesterday because Jason got Battlefront and he loved it. He said graphically, including PC, he said it's the best thing he's ever seen in his life.
Yeah.
Like water splashes when the asphalt goes down, ripples in the water, fern like leaves wrapping around your face while you're running, stuff like that. He said it looks incredible and he loved the game. I was talking to him yesterday and he says he still likes it, but he now just after the novelty of how graphically stunning it is just worn off. It's his words where it's a distinctly average shooter with some very fundamental flaws. Like, did you know that when you crouch it doesn't improve your accuracy? A shooter that crouching does nothing in is a bit shit. He said all of the laser pistols are essentially the same.
Yeah.
None of them feel any different.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because DICE, to be fair to them, if there's one thing they can do on the Battlefield games, it's
Couldn't
guns.
fail. Yeah.
You know what, I'm glad I never bought that game when it came out.
Me too.
And I nearly bought it at the weekend.
This is the thing. More and more, I'm finding that just like there's absolutely no reason for me to buy anything on launch day.
Yeah, I'm kind of coming around to that weird thing.
I think the next game I'm buying on launch day will be No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if
Like
it's broken
literally,
or not. I've
the
been
only
waiting
one
that long.
I've bought in probably this year on launch day. Actually, I lied. There's two. I bought Bloodborne, and that was in March, and
Fallout 4.
in Fallout 4.
I don't know if I bought anything on launch day, have I? I'm really trying hard to think if I have.
Well, let's say within
You
the
have
first
I.
week of it being released, then
What
not
have
so
I
much
bought?
Fallout like
The Order.
launch day.
I did get the order on launch day, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
In Dragon Age.
Elder Scrolls.
I didn't get Elder Scrolls on launch
No.
day.
No, so you did.
No, I didn't. I got that a couple of months later.
Fucking hell, the Order. I forgot that was even a thing.
Oh, it's not a thing, is it?
No.
Sony's done a very good thing of like going cough and pushing
Yeah.
to one side. I think I've still got a copy floating around somewhere.
I have it. I lent it
I don't know where I lent mine
to
to.
Amy's dad. Because he was like, oh, well, it was before Fallout came
The
out.
Witcher. I got The Witcher on launch day,
Yeah, me too.
and I don't regret that.
I don't regret that. Even though my copy broke. But I'm thinking about buying it again actually.
50%, if you get it today, 50% off in the PSN store.
I wouldn't buy it from the PSN store.
50% off.
Don't
I
care. I'd rather
prefer
have the-
hard copies,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, me too, actually.
because you can resell them.
Yeah.
They'll find a way to kill that market. You know, they've been working on that for a few years.
Well, it is in decline, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
just like not dead yet.
They're
It's
gonna-
just old fucking grumpy cunts like us that are like, no, I want a proper fucking copy.
No, but it makes sense because I wanted to be able to sell it on.
Yeah.
I also might want to like lend it to me mate. Do you know what I mean?
I'm toying with the idea of buying the Game of the Year edition of Dragon Age actually.
I might because I didn't play all the DLC.
It's called the DLC
Yeah.
and
Well, actually, you can buy the. I don't know. Is the deluxe edition the one with all the DLC?
Don't know.
no, the deluxe edition had it had a few extra things the
Ah,
day it
right.
launched.
We got that.
Yeah.
I have that.
Yeah.
I've got all that stuff.
Because
I never went back and played Dragon Age again, but it was a good meaty game and I loved it. And I know I'll go and play it again. You know what I mean? I know I will.
Yeah.
the only
So-
reason I stopped playing it because I'd started playing it again, and I'd played through a different class and I enjoyed it, and then obviously I'd started like my solo Nightmare run and then Fallout came out, and that's the only reason I haven't continued with it, just because something more interesting came along, not because I got bored of it.
I'm still finding that I'm sinking time into War Thunder. I love it. I fucking love it.
Remember last month where my PS Plus went out and I was like, right, fuck it, I'm not renewing it because the games are shit.
Yeah,
And I never play online. I've pretty much just had to buy a 3-month card because December's game's Gauntlet.
That's cool. Like
I'm a bit worried because it's probably going to be multiplayer, so I won't play it. But
there's also
play with us.
the usual PS Vita task. If you're still using a PS3 for some fucking reason, then there's like, it was a half decent game, wasn't it? It was SSX and something else.
I'm getting fucking sick. You look on and you see like a stack of games, and then you zoom in with your eyes and you're like, oh, well, fuck, nearly all of these are for PS3 and for Vita, and I have neither.
Oh, there's King's Quest.
And you'll get
episode
like you'll
one.
get like fucking
Woo!
you get like Vegetable Farmer Plus.
It's
and
only
fucking-
episode 1.
Yeah.
I thought it was the whole thing.
What I have bought though is while the sale was on the PSN store, the Telltale Game of Thrones one.
Alright.
The first episode of that is free,
Yeah.
and the rest of that season was only like $7.99.
The Tales from the Borderlands on sale
Yeah.
as well. That's
So-
better than the Game of Thrones.
I was only like, I was like, well, I've got a bit of spare cash, so like that's £8.
How much was the whole pack?
That's well for like all the Telltale stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, couldn't tell you.
I don't bother with it. I played some of them last time round on there. I played some of Walking Dead season 1.
Yeah.
Well,
On
Wolf
PS3.
Among Us is probably one of the best
But
games I played this year.
the story, I accept
like
that the
it.
stories can be good, but they're essentially just like
Point and click.
they're the same as like them books when you read when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Like if you want Michael to suck your penis, turn to page 27. If you
Your cock falls off.
if you want to hit Michael over the head with a baseball bat instead, turn to page 46. It's like the console game, which is fine if people like that sort of thing, but I don't. I think it's fucking boring, and it's certainly not worth money.
See, I think like I like it, but what I will say is I admit that there's absolutely zero replay value in those games.
Oh, I agree.
So I can play through and I can sit and I can enjoy it, but this is the thing that like the pricing of it's always been cost prohibitive to me for what it is because it's only a one-time deal. Whereas now I've went right. Well, I've got the whole season for like £8. That'll do. Do you
Just
know what
sit
I mean?
and play through it.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Time
But
for
it's like if it was like the sale wasn't on and I had to pay like fucking £20 for it or something, I'd be like, nah.
Yeah, it's, so I have to mention like Tomb Raider. I finished Tomb Raider last night.
The new one.
Yeah. And there's something missing in it.
Is it the 3,000 microtransactions that are game changing?
No. Tombs.
Alright.
It's missing fucking tombs.
Yeah, that's a small oversight on their part, isn't it?
There is a
It'd be
few.
like Battlefield taking place in a car park, wouldn't it?
There's a few.
That's the car park.
There's a few what they call optional tombs that you don't have to do.
Well, why would you not though?
And I'm thinking, isn't the whole fucking point of it? She goes into tombs and raids them.
Yeah.
So
Like,
how's
who are these people that play Tomb Raider and don't want to raid tombs?
how's Corridor Raider worked out for you?
It's pretty good. I ran through some corridors and the storyline's laughable. It's so bad.
You sound very disappointed with this game, Michael.
I was because I really liked the first few Tomb Raiders.
You wanted it to be better than Fallout 4, didn't you?
Oh, totally. Oh.
You did though.
No,
As
what I
know you-
wanted.
He did. He wanted to be like us.
He
to be
wanted
like,
it to, but I think he knew in his heart of hearts it wasn't going to be.
No, it's just like, why the fuck would you make a game called Tomb Raider and not have it set in a fucking tomb?
I like the marketing. It'll totally compete with Fallout 4 if they don't release it.
yeah, it'll totally hold up even though like...
Listen, if Bethesda don't release Fallout 4, right, on that day, we'll do mint.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll totally hold up even though we've like crowbarred ourselves out of half of the market by only being Xbox exclusive for a year. And in a year's time no one will give a fuck.
more than half.
Yeah.
More,
Well, no, I'm being generous
do
and
you know?
saying
Do you know what? I quite like the Tomb Raiders, and I would have bought it because I like that redo of it.
Yeah,
it was a bit short,
Yeah.
but it was good.
It was good for what it was. I wouldn't necessarily
it was
call
decent. It was decent.
Yeah.
I thought, well, if they're going to try that direction, let's give them a chance to get good at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The reboot.
mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But my whole thing was then, well, if you're going to do that timed exclusive shit, you can kiss my fucking money goodbye. Because like I said before, I've said it over and over again, timed exclusive for a week, like you pay for this premium pass or something and you get map packs a week in advance on certain things like that. I don't mind that. I don't even think of that as timed exclusive. I think of that more as incentivising.
Yeah.
Right, but when you get a fucking year,
A year is a long time.
That's the first time that's ever happened on Rocket, is it?
let's see.
Hopefully it'll be the last.
Yeah, I hope so too. I don't think Crystal Dynamics will do that again.
No, I don't
Let's
think they will.
see. Yeah, who was it? What do you call the fuckwits who made Destiny again?
Bungie.
Bungie. Wasn't there a thing before Destiny where they were was it with the Destiny game? I can't remember.
It was PS3 first. It was released on PS3 and PS4 before Xbox.
I might be getting across way because it was around about that time. But who was it who released a game on? It might not have been Destiny, you know. It might have been like Rise, Son of Rome. I'm thinking of where the game was only released on Xbox and it fucking flopped anyway.
That was
Titanfall, that was it.
Yeah.
And then the devs were like really running up PlayStation customers' arses. They were like, we're really excited about the future, about working on other platforms. And it was like, you know what? Fuck you. That was my attitude. Fuck you, because I wanted to play Titanfall.
Do you know what? Do you know why it flopped?
It is good.
Because there was hardly any Xboxes sold, there was hardly any customers, and they narrowed it down to one new machine which was selling badly.
And there's another reason. It's shit.
Is it really that bad?
It's awful.
No,
It's gimmicky as fuck. And I think they were relying on the whole.
So
call a robot down.
What was the premise of it then? Was it like because I thought it would be like that Amiga game, that Robot Wars Amiga game. Can you remember?
Holy shit, I remember.
Where
that.
you
That
used to
was
climb into your
awesome.
robot and kick some motherfucking ass.
Well, basically, your robot was on a timer.
Yeah.
You had to call it down. Once it called down, anybody could jump in it before you.
That's shit.
If you didn't get in it on time, so when you get in it, it takes X amount of damage and then blows up. And then
That's it.
you're back on your feet running about with a gun.
That's awful.
Yep.
See, this one I'm on about, what you did was you got like in-game money, and the more money you got, the more fucking big fuck-off guns, the armour
You
plated
could customise your fucking
You
robot.
could customise it to bits, and you were basically just walking around in this robot, blowing shit up. It was fucking awesome. It was awesome. It was first-person shooter. I had mine set up where I had a laser cannon in each hand and a minigun on each shoulder.
Yeah.
And I had my hotkeys bound so that I just pressed F for fire and all of my guns fired at once. And it was like, I'd play with Peter Beston because you could like hook stuff that wasn't Peter I played it with. Who did I used to hook my Amiga up with that? Alan Veach, maybe. But I used to hook our Amigas up. No, I bought an Amiga off Alan, that's why I'm cross. I can't remember, but you hooked them up and you played on a TV each. And I used to just sit there. I mean, it was awful, like just spamming F and I can't do anything. I'm going to do some more levels and get some more money. Because I never told anyone that I was firing all my guns at the same time. You know what I mean? That was my like little thing to kick everyone's head in. It was fucking great.
Do you remember that movie from the 90s called Robot Jocks?
That was what the game was based on.
We need a game like that.
Yeah, we do.
That would be fucking awesome.
First person shooter in a motherfucking robot. That's what we want.
That you can fully customise.
This, right, is one of the things about Fallout 4 that I fucking love. Because at first I wasn't keen. I wasn't that fussed on the power armour. I was a bit like, meh.
Yeah, it's cool.
Now, the more I get used to the power armour, because the game feels different when you get in it, but it feels different in a good way once you get used to it. And when you're in that power armour, you're a fucking
You feel like a
badass.
tank, don't you?
You are a tank. Mate, I was stood in the middle of a street with this gang of raiders, top-end raiders though. They had like plasma pistols, fucking fat mans, all sorts, and I've put like energy protective coating on me. It's like the top one that I, you know what I mean? And somehow I've unlocked that. I don't even know where I've unlocked it, but I've unlocked it. And I was just fucking stood there in the middle of the street with fat mans going off, rockets going off. I mean, granted, at the end of the fight I had to go and repair my legs. My legs were knocked on my suit. But I just fucking stood there with all my big weapons, just changing weapons, going boom, boom, boom. And it was fucking carnage, and it was great fun. And you do feel like a badass.
What I think would be a nice change is if they kind of took that and ran with it, and you could only use the heavy weapons in your power armour. I think I'd be alright with that.
To an extent,
You know what I mean?
as you say that, I immediately think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Like certain weapons that are power armor specific.
Yeah, like say you could only use the minigun in your...
I would say a minigun, rocket launcher, and Fat Man.
Yeah.
See, the only reason I want to
And
buy
Ghost
Fallout
Rifle?
4 at the minute is I saw somebody put a video up online and he'd built in his compound or whatever this thing that looked like Tony Stark's basement for all of his power suits. So it looked like all the Iron Man suits lined up, and he was stood in the middle of it. I was like, yeah, I need to get the game just to beat that.
I watched the video. I mean, this is the thing. It's like, it's how much time you're willing to invest into like building your settlements. Because for me, I've got kind of like a Sims-esque thing going on where it's like, oh, get in. I'll go back here. Oh, they need another bed, right? I'll shut a bed down. Do you know what I mean? I'll move this about, build another house. Do you know what I mean? But they're all pretty shitty tin shacks, really. And then you go on the internet and you see people who've made like fucking mansions and shit. And I mean, obviously it's post-apocalyptic,
I'm in the middle of
like
making one.
metal mansions, but they still look fucking awesome.
I'm
And you're
in
like,
the middle of
Jesus
it,
Christ, he's got like fucking. He's got like lighting and stuff, and he's got cupboards, and he's actually bothered to put plates in them and shit like that. And you're like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? It's like, I haven't got time for that. Too busy killing shit, but it's cool. I like it.
See, I go back and do bits.
Yeah.
I've got the castle now, and I've just made this massive shack. I've made like the shell of it.
Yeah.
5 stories of shack.
Well, that's what you were showing us the other day.
Yeah. So I've got the shell of it made, and like I'm going to allocate different floors for different things. Now you've told me that about that, I'm thinking I need a power armor room.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make a power armor room.
To be fair, that's what's making us want to get the game more than anything, the crafting side of it. I think it looks quite
the
fun.
crafting's really, really good. It's really intuitive.
It's an excellent game, like.
It's nice how it's kind of like, I mean, obviously the crafting in terms of like your settlements and stuff you can do anywhere, but it's nice that you kind of how you spend your perks does actually make a big
Why?
difference on your play
I
style.
know that I get on your bones about this Bethesda thing because I do think it's completely irrational and therefore dickhead like, but
I've just never enjoyed any of the games.
But my thing is, it's like it's a first-person shooter. That's a one-player campaign. You don't have to play it online. There's a massive crafting system. There's loads of different ways to play. The perk sheet's really fucking good. Individual play styles are catered for. The storylines are excellent. The breadth and depth of the game is huge. What's not to like?
I've never liked a Bethesda game, which is why I'm
But you
hesitant
have.
to buy it. But one. One out of how many?
Doesn't matter.
I think your like negativity towards it like means that if you bought it, you wouldn't enjoy it anyway. Like you just need to like accept that it's not Fallout 1 and 2 anymore. Like it's just moved.
It's
away
a
from
different
it.
game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, in some ways, it's not as good as Fallout 3 or New Vegas. There are things in Fallout 3 and New Vegas that frankly are better.
Yeah.
I was speaking to somebody at work who shares my opinion, and he said, look, I hate Fallout 1. I mean, I love Fallout 1 and 2. Hated 3 in New Vegas, but I love 4. He was like, you need to try it because it is really good.
Yeah, it's
I
excellent.
kind of say it like the Tomb Raider reboot in the regard that it's not the same as the old Tomb Raider games, but I still enjoyed it. It was still pretty good.
It still looks like close enough.
Yeah.
It's
Also
good fun.
as
It's
well.
funny as well. And some of the humour in it's awesome.
Yeah. There's a guy. He's
I've already had the ending spoiled for us anyway.
he's
So.
modded. There's a guy on PC modded New Vegas to have he's like built Fallout 1 in the New Vegas engine. So
Wow.
so you could play Fallout 1 in New Vegas.
That's cool.
That's
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really clever. Yeah, so I'm fucking right down with the game. Like I love it.
Well,
Yeah, so I say I'm down with it. Like I love the game. I know that I do this. So when I get into a game, I over-enthuse.
you do. You know, it's like,
I
oh,
know.
get it. But I'm the same. You know, if you didn't get Dragon Age, I'd be like, what the fuck's wrong with you, you prick?
Yeah, well, Dragon Age is awesome, but this is a good game. You should give it a chance. I've told you over and over again.
I probably will.
It's one of those things where like the first like 5 hours they're not like slow, but they're kind of just like it like builds. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah,
like,
don't expect a fast-paced action game, which is where I think people who don't like it fall down because it's an RPG.
Yeah.
Well, no, I know that. I wasn't expecting like fucking.
With that said, you do get some bits where you don't expect it and it's on you.
Yeah.
You're like, shit! And they're fucking coming out of everywhere.
There's certain bits where like, I mean the thing that's made me like sort of like I say I'll get like immersed in it, but there's certain bits of it like where you kind of come to expect certain enemies in certain areas. So I was like, I'm treading through this place and I'm like, there's bound to be feral girls around here. Do you know what I mean? And there's nothing for like 10 minutes. Do you know what I mean? And you're like, fucking hell, this is like deserters. Do you know what I mean?
It gets you
And,
nerves
and
up,
you're
though.
like, you're like, it's going to kick off. I can feel it coming. Do you know what I mean? And then you're like, you're not quite on eggshells, but there's like a building sense of anticipation. And then out of nowhere, something just fucking swipes at your face, and then you turn around and there's like a fucking horde of feral girls, and you're like, shit, and you're like plugging away.
Do you know on the Brotherhood of Steel ones where you
Yeah.
have to go and clear areas and stuff? I had, you know, the scribe missions where
Yeah.
you have to do basically. There's a lot of them where there's missions on loop. You can just keep going back and getting the same mission over and over again.
Yeah.
It's not the same mission, but it's
the same thing.
It's the same thing. He is a scribe, which is a child who's a member of the Brotherhood of Steel. He goes with you. He hides somewhere and he watches you mop up. And then he says something at the end. You say something and you take him back and you get your XP. It's basically just an XP generator. Right, but I was like, right, because I get really involved in the role play element of
Yeah.
it, like, and I thought, right, if he's going to watch Brotherhood of Steel, he's watching Brotherhood of Steel. So I went and got my best power armor,
Yeah.
my biggest guns, right, and instead of, because my character's set up for stealth,
Yeah.
but this is what I like about the game. This is what I like about the dimensions of the game. The power armor. I walked into the middle of the college. There was a college square, clear out the girls.
Yeah.
There was fucking loads of them, and I just threw loads of mines down.
Yeah.
Right, and I didn't realise there was already loads of mines down in the area anyway. And I walked backwards, and there was about I shot at one girl so that they saw me, and I just backed up and backed up, and about 9 of them ran. And one of them hit a mine, which went boom, and the other mines went boom, boom. And then there was mines about 30, 40 metres to the right going off, 30, 40 metres to the left, and the whole fucking area just went up fucking crazy. Every single girl in the area was obviously alerted and all came running, and I had this minigun called Ashmaker, which has this perk where it also sets people on fire. So I'm just fucking stood there in power armor with my minigun going dugga 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 dugga, and there's like bits of ghoul everywhere. There's like girls running on fire. It was fucking awesome, and I was like, that's how the Brotherhood do it. But the best one, have you done the Silver Shroud stuff yet?
I've just got the armour and thingy. I haven't done any sort of quest involved with it yet. I've talked to the guy. I've went and got the armour.
You can, every single speech option you get,
Yeah.
you can speak as Shroud.
Nice.
You don't have to break character.
Yeah.
I went through the whole thing as the Shroud.
See, it's like it's nice how you spend your perks. Like there's so much like sort of depth in how you can build your character. Like this is the thing. Like people go like, oh yeah, like I'm doing this. Like I've got agility and like luck, so I'm like all about like fucking sniping, and I can store like 4 criticals and I just kill shit from a distance. And I'm like, oh well, I just put everything into fucking like armor and gun nut and shit. So like I don't really have much going for it other than the fact that I've got loads of fucking high tech kit. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's cool that there's loads of different ways to play it.
I think at the minute the only thing I really want to get is The Witcher again. So it's out of The Witcher or Fallout, and like what else is it to buy? Tony Hawk's.
Apparently, there's a patch coming. You finally.
Yeah,
Have a guess at what size it is.
16
It's
gig.
going to be the whole game again, isn't it?
You're about. It's like 8 gig, aye.
Fucking hell.
But for a patch.
That is the whole game. It's only 8 gig inside the game anyway.
What a load of dog shit, eh? What a load of dog shit.
Have you seen how cheap that game is now new?
Yeah.
Poor fucking Tony Hawk, though, the actual guy, you know what I mean? Like, he's had...
Lying in his pools of money rolling about.
The thing is, though, right, he sold that licence and he let people use his name.
And for a while they were awesome.
And they were
games.
awesome, and he was riding high, top of his game. Best console games on the market were named after him. What a fucking ledge. And it's not him who's fallen from grace.
Yeah.
It's
Dirty
fuckwits.
Activision.
It's fuckwits who fucking bummed him.
The thing is though, is I don't tie the recent games being shit. Like I don't tie any of the Tony Hawk's games to Tony Hawk really.
Well, I don't, but you do now. You don't, but you did back in the day because when it came out, he was the hot topic, wasn't he? He was the skater.
It was
Like,
like,
that's
holy
the
shit,
thing
I
now.
can be Tony Hawk.
Now all he
Yeah.
does is like he can just fucking spend his days doing what he loves, just fucking skating, and he's got money to fucking like
Wipe
burn.
his arse with.
Aye.
And it's fair enough.
Yeah.
So how you got any game news? You usually read up on shit.
I've been. Right, there wasn't much. I had a look earlier,
No.
but there hasn't been much, and
The only thing I
No.
found is there's an article saying because of The Witcher 3 and Fallout 4, single player games aren't really going to go anywhere in the future like most people have been predicting, but
Well, I think
How,
it's
how do they get that?
I think it's a genre thing.
How did they arrive at that conclusion? I don't understand.
I know because The Witcher 3 and Fallout 4 are a single player. They're not online, are they?
Right.
And
but,
they're very
but,
in depth and they're very good. But
how can they not go anywhere? I don't understand how.
No, it means like they're not like they won't disappear.
They're not-
genres.
yeah,
Oh,
they're not gonna
I
disappear.
thought you meant like they're not going anywhere. As
no,
in,
no, no.
Like
I
there's
mean,
more and more things that are now that it's like
because everything
the
now is
multiplayer's
just
the focus.
yeah. Look at all the FPS games and shit like that. It's all online.
Yeah, I like single player.
But I
games.
think it's a genre thing. Do you know what I mean? Like,
RPGs need to be single.
yeah,
player.
exactly. It's just like FPS needs to be multiplayer.
Some RPGs could benefit greatly from some multiplayer aspects, though.
Well, that's the thing, though. You do get fucking like MMOs that they are online RPGs just with lots of people. But like, you know.
It boils my piss a bit, though. Like little things in the story that my head hurts at. Like, say if you take the shambles that is Destiny, but I'm not just picking on Destiny for this, any of them, where in the story you are the guardian.
You're the big cheese, but
You
so is
are-
everyone else.
You are exactly.
Yeah.
You are the man. You and the other 5.6 million people playing are the.
Basically, it's too many fucking chiefs, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like, fuck's sake, man, come on. They need to write an MMO, like an online RPG, where it accounts for the fact that there's loads of you.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason to be loads of you.
Yeah.
Not like, just pretend you're the only one.
Yeah. Ignore everybody else.
Ignore every other guardian ever
But who's
also...
that?
Ignore him. He's just out saving the universe.
What about him?
He's saving the universe.
What would be good if there was some kind of like ELO type thing going in the background that kept track of sort of like ranking of like sort of fame. So that could be a way to do it. Because like, let's say you just start out and you're a fucking nobody, and this guy's like, oh, will you serve me livestock from these fucking like imps or something? And then you go over and you go, aye, I'll do it. And he'll be like, who the fuck are you? Do you know what I mean? And then some guy will come fucking straddling along on a fucking massive like white steed or something. He's like, aye, I'll do it. He's like, aye, I'll give me money to him. Do you know what I mean? So that would be the way.
They're slamming the door shut on anyone who hasn't bought the game on launch day.
No, not really though. It'd just be
You
like
know what I
it would
mean,
just
though?
be like you can't like you'd have to become the big cheese. You'd have to earn the big cheese. You don't just start being the big cheese from the get go.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Wow.
You'd have to do things like fucking I don't know.
What's wow?
Put
So
out
I've
fires and
just
shit.
found this deal, right? Why the fuck can't we get shit like this over here in America? Samsung 48-inch TV with an Xbox One 500 gig and the Lego Movie game. Not a good game, but for it,
Yeah.
$500. So that's what, about 280
Crazy.
quid.
What's the shipping like? Does it still work out cheaper?
Probably would. Probably would.
Just buy all the shit from the States.
Change the plugs when you get them.
Mm.
Crazy. Crazy.
Oh look, Battlefield Hardline's getting 12 new weapons. 12.
I thought they'd given up on that.
Oh look, this one looks like a paintball gun with a cannabis leaf on. Oh wow.
You're joking.
No.
Fuck's sake! What a waste of money that game was.
It's have a guess how much it's going for on the Black Friday Cyber Monday sales on the PSN.
They should
32
pay. They
pence.
should pay you 20 quid to play it.
But have a guess how much it's selling for
12
20.
quid.
Is
for
it
the
12?
for the bare bones game. Yeah, if you want all the DLC, then it's like 20. But still,
It's appalling.
I won't even pay it. Do you know what I mean? I was like fucking 30% off or something.
What a
Nah.
shit game! What a shit game that was! What a waste of fucking money that was.
Tell you what, I am actually really looking forward to. There's an indie game called Darkest Dungeon. It's only PC at the moment, but it's in like open access. The game actually hasn't been released yet, but gets released in January, and it's coming to PC and PS4. And it's the only indie game that I've been really interested in fucking ages, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's basically like it's like a dungeon diver, but you get like a party of 4, but it's like side scrolling.
That sounds alright.
And,
yeah, that.
Obviously you've got your different classes and stuff, but what makes it different is like there's like there's mechanics like stress, so like, and there's like light as well, so you pay for your provisions before you go dungeon diving, and like if you run out, like as the light goes down, like the monsters get like stronger and stuff, and you're more likely to be surprised but you do like more critical damage and stuff. So it's like a trade-off.
Right.
Or if the torch is high, you're more likely to surprise monsters and get scouting, which shows you like the next room and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
But there's like different things like cause your characters to get stressed. So like if they stand on a trap, they get stressed, and once they hit a certain threshold of stress, they have to pass like a mental check, and they can either become like it's a low chance like, but they say they might become stalwart, and like they give everyone else bonuses, or far more likely they panic and they get like paranoia or something, and like they'll skip the turns and they refuse healing and stuff like that. And if you go past that and they keep getting stressed, they can have heart attacks and die and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Amazing.
Yeah, and
one thing, mind, on the subject, and okay, going back to it, but you know Mama Murphy
yeah.
on Fallout 4? I've managed.
Have you got her off the chems?
Oh, do you want me to tell you? It's a bit of a spoiler.
Did you get her chem to bits? Did you kill her with chems?
Every time she asked for chems,
you give her them.
I give them. And Kaylee said to me, "Why do you keep doing it? Because everyone disapproves."
Yeah.
And you know my stance on like mystic bullshit. She's this person where you give her chems and she makes some vague mystic fucking premonition. Fine, and she's got this annoying voice. Right, well, anyway, Kaylee said, well, if you hate her and you hate them premonitions and it's damaging your rep with your other party, why do you keep giving her the chems? And I said, because her dialogue is she feels a little bit worse every time you give her chems.
Yeah.
And Kaylee said, well, what are you doing? And I said, well, I'm going to keep pursuing it because it might kill her.
Yeah.
And then she'll be out of the game. And lo and behold, you get to a certain point and you give her some psychos, the last one, and she's like, it's really funny. She goes like, oh, should have seen that coming. And then she has a heart attack. And all me fucking village, everyone in Sanctuary is like, I can't believe you let Mama Murphy die. And I'm like, not only did I let her, I helped her. Do you know what I mean? Like, fuck you.
She has got a really annoying voice though.
So she's out of the game for me now.
I thought it was a stroke. Like, this is the thing, like at a certain point she asks you to build like her chair, and she never leaves it after that, right? And like when a stroke of sheer brilliance, like in Sanctuary there's like your main area, and you generally, like most people I know, build like the houses around
Barricade
that.
it in, yeah.
Yeah. Amy's put her chair in the fucking furthest building away on the edge of Sanctuary, so she never has to fucking speed around.
That's brilliant.
And she's like, if Raiders attack, then she can go first. I don't give a fuck.
It's good work.
I've been enjoying her way of playing it because it's completely different to me. She's so much like more emotive while she's playing it. It's brilliant. Like there was like this Raider chucking Molotovs at her, and she couldn't like quite get the shot off on him. She was getting really frustrated. And she was like, you know what? Fuck you. Started chucking Molotovs back. So there's just like Molotovs going backwards and forwards like this. Then off screen, some other Raider starts chucking Molotovs. So there's just fucking Molotovs going off everywhere.
That's pretty good.
And she's getting proper hype about it. And I'm just sat there like pissing my sides off. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's good work. That's excellent work. Oh, why? And you consider that a play style?
No, it's just like not so much play style, but the way she plays it.
I know,
do you know what I mean?
Joking, mate. Of course, it's play style. Yeah, it's good. That's funny. That's excellent.
And on that note, anybody got else?
Fuck off.
Jews.
Blacks. This has been the Fallout 4
Lizard
show.
people.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.